Well, good afternoon. This is Jonathan Sanchez here in Mexico. Like always, we're documenting, always going to be as a world leader. There's going to be a lot of implementations and sabotage, dirty play, dirty politics, and obviously with the moralization of God. Obviously, the fact that the assassin Claudia Sheinbaum and her assassins and her assassin squad and her Claudias implemented a lot of these issues that we knew the demonstrations that go around the world, and obviously the Morenistas. You're talking about a political party that emphasizes a lot of the Fidel Castro. Obviously, we knew a situation with the whole Cuba stance and the factors that we knew the situation with Gascon and obviously Mallorca's, and because we knew a lot of the issues that were conducted in such endeavors, because we knew the assassin Claudia Sheinbaum and everything that was done in and those political parties that we knew that politicized a lot of the issues that were scrutinized by reality and those realistic standpoints it creates that international corruption. And obviously international corruption is because not only were they were pretending to be or they were playing saying they were the us saying that uh, they were causing the execution and the murders and the acts of homicide and the factors that being a world power knew the situations that this uh, indications were the prosecutions against these former presidents that were hiding behind their presidential immunities. So we already knew for a time that they couldn't be touched for a couple of years because of presidential immunity. But now that they don't have presidential immunity, we can the prosecutions are on. We knew the situations that a lot of the issues that were conducted because the amount of terrorism and the implementation of the Mexican sovereignty, because we've seen the division. We've seen the implementations that were taken by the Mexican sovereignty, the issues that conducted terroristic implementation, and the factors that they were saying is because of the U.S. We are the U.S. We are with, I mean, the U.S. is doing this, um, which is incredibly because we use implementations that acted upon terrorist factors and creates a lot of the implementations that go against the U.S., literally provoking the U.S. In situations that not only deploralize trust, and I said trust is going to be one of the biggest things that we were working with because we knew that the antitrust matter was heavily impacted. Now that we knew that the assassin Claudia Sheinbaum and the fact that we knew that they wanted to keep people, um, or should I say, they wanted to shut someone's mouth, particularly Jonathan Adolfo Sanchez. And because we knew the investigations that were so faulty, and because we knew the situations that representing the United States and the implementations that were taken as God also implements a lot of the issues that were not trustworthy. Uh, because we knew that a lot of the issues that were conducted as God and the planters that uh, Pope Francis, may he rest in peace, John Paul II, we knew the acceptance of that issue. We knew the implementations that were taken. We knew the actions and demonstrations. The biggest gesture in history was his death, Pope Francis' death, right after the resurrection. Uh, the significance and the weight and the disillusionment of the people because we knew a lot of the implementations that were taken by the assassin Claudia Sheinbaum and their entire party, and we're talking about these issues that were Fidel Castro emphasis. And obviously, because we knew the situation of assassination, it also conducts a lot of the issues that were done with Vicente Fox and Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. We already knew the issues that conducted as a world power and how they were sabotaging the entire measure of God because we knew the emphasis of having world power. Um, and this is why it has been the new subject matter because we knew how they were glorifying Trump and Mexico for Trump as he literally used the image of God as an implementation of trying to uh, literally portray himself as Jesus Christ. And this is why it's offensive. This is why it's a situation that demoralizes a reality. And this is why the portrayal of the issues, because we knew that this assassin, Claudia Sheinbaum, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, and the factors with Mexico indicated a lot of the weight that was going to be taken in prosecutions. And the fact that the prosecutions that we have not only a heavy amount of evidence, but because the fact that they were hiding behind the presidential immunities, which, like I said, in that time frame, they literally can't be touched. We knew that those situations were substantial to the issues that were going to be coming out later. Uh, and like I said, we knew the implementations that were taken by the coup, because we literally saw how they said that uh, my dad's death, or should I say, my dad's assassination on December 25th, 2018, was going to be my Christmas gift. Uh, and we knew where that came from. We knew the complications that come from that. We knew the significance as a natural born citizen and as a U.S. citizen, that my dad is a fully U.S. citizen of the of the United States. We knew what it emphasizes, and because we knew the implementations that were targeted, because we knew as a world leader what the indications that were done, and because we knew the significance that were created by these federal agencies. And once again, we're talking about those actions that were taken directly because of the knowledge that Mexico terrorized and not only assisted in an assassination, and because we knew the implementations that were targeted in such measurable aspects, that it's not a whatever or what the fuck is going on. It's a situation that is tangible, and the fact that they were hiding behind the presidential immunity, we knew the implementations that were heavily regarded by the issues as well. So now we knew that the Mexican sovereignty with the murderer Andrés Manuel López Obrador, Claudia Sheinbaum, the Fidel Castro, and everything that's been going on in that trail. And obviously, because we knew the situations that conducted, is because now we have even more leverage, or should I say, I have more leverage on the issue. And because we knew those indications were conducted, because they continued the actions, knowing that their continuations were imminent. Now that we knew the implementation that were conducted in such endeavors, is because we knew the actions that were conducted. So once again, we're talking about those coups that were actually structuralized. We're talking about situations that these morons that are DEA, FBI, and obviously situations that, since they were hiding behind the presidential immunity, the assassinations are prosecutable because it's an act of assassination, it's an act of murder. And Claudia Sheinbaum, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, and the factors that they still were trying to capitalize on, the factors that, I mean, not only did they look fucking idiotic around the world, but because we knew how they were trying to bite the system or the situation, but because we knew the implementation of antitrust matter, anti-transparency, the situation that was created, because again, we're talking about the actions that were taken deliberately with terroristic incline. And now that we knew those implementations were taken, because we knew at the end of the day the presidential immunity was going to be something that we needed to wait upon the circumstances, because we knew those issues was going to arise later. And once again, we're hitting the same notes, because as a world leader, we knew the implementations, and because the actions that were taken in deliberations. And once again, like I said, this is why the implementations that were taken, because those assassinations were taken deliberately with the stance, knowing that being a natural born citizen of the United States and my dad being a U.S. citizen implied a lot of the circumstances that that unconstitutionalization. And obviously, because we knew those amounts of assassinations were created in the implementation, that the Claudia Sheinbaum assassin squad was one of the biggest things that we've seen on, like I said, making history here in Mexico for the third time. We renewed the implementation of historical content, and because we knew the emphasis of the issues, because now we knew that the Chinese agents literally try to take away the situations that were created, because it emphasizes their terrorism. It emphasized the plotting against uh, the United States system, and also create a situation of disturbance, knowing that the situation by Chinese agents that work for the United States emphasize communistic endeavors.